Good evening, everybody. I don't have the awesome intro music because Gabriel has that file, but this is Contractor Connection podcast making its return on its regular night. Excited to get this going again, and we will be going through uh, this time for the rest of the year. Not going to be too long today. Gabe's on vacation, Yaritz is on vacation, so it's just been me and Lily this week working behind the scenes on stuff, but wanted to go over a few things we do have coming out. First and foremost is our back to school drive that we'll be doing. That'll be led by Yaritza. We'll be partnering her and trying to fill some back to school supplies for a few different elementary schools. We'll have some more information about that shortly. And if you want to get involved in that, obviously there will be space to volunteer, or if you want to donate, whichever. And all of it goes directly to the kids, to buying their supplies, and hopefully helping them having a really good school year in the area. Second is probably two things that we have coming down the pipeline that we're really excited about. As you know, in July, we didn't really have an event. We had the memorial service for Sean, but that we just, between that and everything else, we just want to take a little break from that. For August, the back to school drives will be our events. And then we'll get back to a couple happy hours in September and October. And then come November 9th, announcing it here now, but there'll be a lot more coming out on it. We will be having our second annual Contractor Connection barbecue cook-off. Super excited about this. We will have around 10 to 15 cooks. We're expecting to have around probably 600 to 700 people there. We're partnering with legendary Jesse Island to put this together. He put together Chicken Wing Fest. So this is going to be down at Oak Hill Social. It's going to be huge. You're going to want to be a part of it. We're going to get everybody in the community involved. We're going to have a dunk tank. We're going to build a shed that we're going to donate. We're going to have all sorts of stuff to raffle. There's going to be a lot of stuff going on. So this is going to be just like the tacos and tequila and just like our end of the year event, our next event. And it is going to be the biggest event that we've done. So we're really excited about it. Like I said, really excited to partner with Jesse on this. And it's going to be pretty awesome. I don't know if you went to the barbecue cook-off last year. That was our very first large event. It was very fun, but a little bit disorganized and also hot as hell because we did it on a black asphalt parking lot on late August. So we're going to correct a few of those mistakes. We've got a much better venue, place that has working bathrooms, games for kids, all sorts of stuff. And once we have our logo and the name picked out, then we'll have that announced, the event going, reach out to whoever wants to be sponsors, vendors in this. Like I said, it's going to be huge. And it's going to be really cool to do in the community as well. So that's our next big one. If you're in Houston, we're going to be doing a tacos and tequila in Houston in November. So that's going to be, if you went to our tacos and tequila here in Austin, you know how awesome that event was. It was a blast. I don't think that anybody who went didn't have fun. I know I did. So we're going to be shooting for that in November. Again, no events in August because even in Houston, we're going to be doing a back to school drive for school supplies. Happy hours in October or September and October. And then November, we'll be doing a tacos and tequila there. We should do one in New Braunfels. We get the San Antonio group going there, Corey. That'd be pretty cool, actually. And it's just a little bit quicker of a drive, too. I love New Braunfels, so all for that. Have to reach out to Mackenzie about that, get her started on the San Antonio events. We are for San Antonio and Dallas. We'll start off the happy hours again in September there as well. And then Dallas on the 15th of September, we are going to have the website. We're going to have our Austin rules come into effect. where you're going to have to be verified to post your business, to advertise your company, or to comment on job threads. So, point of that is when third party management, we want to make sure that the people we're hiring are insured, can do business in Texas, have good reviews online, kind of do a lot of the background check for a lot of the clients that come to our groups looking for people. So that'll be September 15th in Dallas. The same day in Houston, we'll start where only verified members can comment on threads. It'll be more than just them. Right now in Houston, you can only post or advertise, post your company or advertise if you're verified. We'll switch that over to commenting as well on September 15th. We had one of our members ask why we were taking so long on that rollout. And that's because it is a pretty big rule change. When we did that here in Austin, it took a little bit of getting used to for some folks. But when both the verification program and the commenting rule, we were told that the groups were going to die and they were going to do terrible. And Austin is closing in on 50,000 people, where it was at 19,000 when we started this about 15 months ago, or 14 months ago. So clearly a demand for what we're doing. Running some advertising for those three groups right now to bring in some more customers, just because it is slow right now for a lot of people, especially if you're in the Austin area. Real estate's been slow here for a couple of years, and construction over the last 12 months has kind of followed that suit. I know in the other cities, it's not quite there yet. Y'all didn't quite have the peaks that we did, so we're hoping y'all don't have the valleys. But again, we want to make sure that we get people matched up with companies that are working with us. And so we have a few different things we're working on to kind of improve the lead flow and the number of jobs that get posted in the group. It is hard because about 90% of any group that people are trying to get into is spam. It's estimating services that are really just scammers. It's people looking for paint jobs. I'm just going to send you this address. Just, go over there. They've even moved on now to, there's one I've denied probably about 15 times in the three groups, where it's somebody who's like, I need a plumber to repipe my house and give me new plumbing. And it's just so stupidly worded. But it's kind of surprising to no end how many people on both sides just try to come in and spam everything like that. But we're doing a pretty good job of keeping those clean. Big shout to Lily for helping with that, because it is an all-day thing. We go in there, and especially like in the Austin group, we clean out those comments multiple times a day and scrape them down to just the verified members. And our verified members, that amount is growing. We're closing in on 300 for Austin. We're closing in on a pretty large amount for Houston, I think getting up to 40. And we expect Dallas's kickoff to go really well. The reception in Dallas has just been fantastic. We have more posts in Dallas on a daily basis than we do in all the other groups combined. So it'll be fun. And we'll have bigger events being planned for Dallas and San Antonio as we get some of these here in Austin and Houston across the line, get them a little more automated. So that's pretty much for Contractor Connection, where we're going right now. We are going to have a class with the CPA that should be announced, probably doing that at the end of August. I'd like to get that done before pro football season starts, and before, a lot of the kids leagues start and things like that. But we'll have the CPA class coming up. Then we want to talk to the city of Austin about doing some education stuff with them. We'll be looking to do the same thing in the city of Houston, Dallas, San Antonio, and everywhere else Contractor Connection is, because we want to add education and free education for anybody who's out there just looking to level up. We want to provide that as part of a service for being a verified member, and in turn, the verified members, that again separates them from the rest of the crew that's out there. So cool events coming up, some big changes coming to a couple of the areas. San Antonio, you'll get the website probably by the end of this year. Once we hit about 10,000 there, and we'll start doing the verification program there. We'll have it across the state by the end of this year. And we're going to start moving out of Texas beginning or middle of next year. So it's pretty excited to see how we're growing. But it's also pretty exciting to see the individual communities and how they're helping out each other. So y'all have a wonderful night. And I'll be back next week with 2 guests. And we'll be talking both about real estate and about construction and about just where those things are heading right now. But thank y'all so much for watching tonight.